Hey now, it's Omnidog from Omnidog's Vault. Today we're going to be talking about vinyl, pops, action figures, and a bunch of other crazy crap that I've accumulated in the past week. So without further nattering and stuttering from me, let's talk about some of the stuff that I got, because some of it's actually reasonably cool. First thing I got was this really cool Cowboy Bebop Spike action figure, and this is really cool. I have Tim Burnham to thank for this, and of course Sherlock Alexie, who goaded me into buying this. It was not very expensive, but I love Cowboy Bebop thanks to Sherlock Alexie, also known as Alex Holmes. So this is a really, really cool item. And then I got a couple of pops. The Black Bolt pop. The pre-order, I got the blue one because I always think of Black Bolt as blue. So you got the little tuning fork, and you got to admit that's pretty cool having a tuning fork on his head. So let's unbox this real quick and see it to believe it. Oh, so cool. It's even bobbing. Oops, try and keep it in the camera there, Jess. Okay, so there he is. Black Bolt himself. So that was a cool purchase. Pretty happy with that. I pre-ordered that a while ago. And I pre-ordered also Iron Fist. I guess the show's really not that great, but I sure love the character, and I sure love this classic white costume. So this is a cool pop. Pop till you drop. And here's easily one of the weirdest characters ever, but he works. I love Powerpuff Girls, watched with my daughter back in the 90s, and this glows in the dark. Doesn't it? Yeah, it glows in the dark. And this is him. He talks like this. Him's just about the weirdest supervillain ever. I love Mojo Jojo too, but I mean, it glows in the dark. I couldn't resist it. So I picked that one up, which is pretty funny. And then I'll pull this out of the box so you can see it a little better. I loved Stranger Things, and I'm going to talk about the vinyl in a little bit. This is 11 underwater in one of the final episodes when they try to get her back into the underneath world, the upside down. This has her in the this is a really cool pop. I don't know if it's bobblehead. No, I guess it couldn't be bobblehead. But here she is with the underwater helmet on. It looks like she's got a giant television on her head from the 50s, but I thought this was an excellently cool pop. So I was glad to be able to get that one. And I don't know, the jury's still out on whether I'm going to unbox these and display them or not. One thing, I don't have any more room for any of these god darn boxes all over the place. That's what my wife hates, is all the boxes. So they may stay in the box, they may not. Two other things that I got recently that I can move the camera and show you are two of my favorites, and they're part of my favorite thing in the world, and that is bombshells. DC bombshells statues are the whole thing, the whole reason I got into statues. And let's see if you can see that I've got several of them here. And the two latest ones are right there, Katana and Raven. They just came in, and wow, they are amazing. The detail on those guys is really stunning. And then you see Killer Frost next to him, and back in the background is my favorite statue, Bleeze, one of the Red Lanterns. I dig her to the max. So, the rest, you can see my turntable in the back, right there. And let's get a picture of the turntable right there. It's a pretty boss looking turntable. Right now on it is some gray vinyl. I love to collect colored vinyl that is soundtracks, original soundtracks on colored vinyl. That's my niche, that's my jam, that's my deal. That's what I really dig. I can sit down here in the back cave and read and listen to really cool music And so that's what I collect. And I'll show you some of the vinyl that I just got. It's all colored vinyl, pretty much all colored vinyl, and it's all soundtracks. So we'll take a look real quick at something that came in. And this is 30 Days of Night on Blood Red colored vinyl. Here's the album cover. It's a double LP. Both LPs were blood red. So that was cool. Music's great in it. And here is something I haven't listened to yet, but it intrigued me. This is not original soundtrack music, but I listened to their music online, and they are called The Outcrowd. Then I saw The Holy City, and that I did get it in colored vinyl, and it is brown. I don't have a lot of brown colored vinyl, so I was pretty happy. Let's see if I can get a better picture of it. Brown, and then kind of vanilla color. It looks white right there, but it's really more of a butterscotch. There we go. It's like a butterscotch vanilla. Can't really see it in this lighting. Sorry, I apologize. I don't have the best lighting. I know that. I'll work on that. But here in the early days of the Omnidog's vault, we're working with what we got. And what we got is not a lot. Here's one thing that I got a long time ago, but I wanted to talk about it because it's being re-released, and that is Stranger Things. And volumes 1 and 2 come on colored vinyl. Now, I got the early version of the colored vinyl, and it's pretty plain. It is just a very simple blue, and then the other one is red. Now, volume 2 came, and it's got, it's a little more interesting. It's a waffle color. But anybody out there that likes colored vinyl or the Stranger Things soundtrack, which is really cool, they're reissuing Stranger Things Volume 1 and 2 on the most amazing colored splattery vinyl ever. And it is really cool. So if you did not spring for the first volumes when they came out, definitely keep your eye out for the new versions, because they are really cool. And one thing I got, and I haven't opened it yet, we're going to do an unboxing here, or an un-LPing here, is Fight Club, the original motion picture score, music by the Dust Brothers. And I loved it because on the back, to open this thing, you can see it's not a normal, it's got no way to get open, but it says right here, Sacrifice for Fight Club. So I'm going to have to rip it open here. I hate doing this, mostly because it's not working out. It's really hard to open, and I can see that I should have done this earlier. Okay, wait, we got one slot open there. This is from Mondo. They usually make their packages easier to open, but I'm persevering because that's what I would do in Fight Club. Okay, we got it. And it's colored vinyl. And let's see what we got here. Who is Tyler Durden? Now for Fight Club, it's the color of the soap. Now this is cool. Beautiful. You can see it says Paper Street Soap Company. That is really cool. Let's see if the second LP is also that. I believe it is. Yeah. So you got to admit, that is really cool. Doesn't smell like soap. Smells like LP or Teen Spirit. One of the two things. So that's really cool. I had to bust that open. And one thing about where I got that from is Turntable Lab. Turntable Lab has a lot of cool equipment, but really a lot of cool colored vinyl. And everything comes in its own protective cardboard that you've got to rip open to get to it. And it's really, I hate to throw these things away because they are so cool. But at this point, I now have about 25 of them. But that's extra cool that they pack it in something really neat like that. And here's one of the better ones that I have is the LP soundtrack to Snatcher, the video game. I don't generally collect video game music, but this one my buddy Raleigh Smith convinced me to get, and it's good music, plus it's really cool colored vinyl. As you can see, yeah, Raleigh Smith is an expert on video game vinyl. That's what he collects, and I can see why he likes it. I've got a pre-order in for Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time. No, Majora's Mask, I think, or Ocarina of Time. I think it's Ocarina of Time. I got a pre-order in for one of those. I'm pretty sure it's Ocarina of Time, so I'm looking forward to that one. That's another drinking game you can play. I'm looking forward to. Every time I say I'm looking forward to something, you can take a shot. And every time I say I'm excited, you can chug a beer. That way, through all my videos, you can have fun, even if I'm droning on. And this came courtesy of Chris Twidell. He didn't give it to me. He told me about it. Drock is the band, and it's music they made for a Judge Dredd movie that did not actually get made, but the music is great. And I'd love to play you some, but I'd get copyrighted right off YouTube. You can't do that. I'd love to have background music, and it's a luscious pink color. It's not too hard to find. I wouldn't pay eBay prices. I'd go to Discogs if I were you. Discogs.com. Discogs. My buddy Beto Rios is the one that told me about Discogs. So that's a good place to go to find your kind of your harder to find vinyl. Don't pay eBay prices for some things because people ask crazy amounts of money for colored vinyl. Something that came out from Mondo. Did it come out from Mondo? Let's check. No, I don't think so. But it's Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and this has got more songs on it rather than just background music. But that's okay because look at this. Is this cool or what? So this is the kind of aesthetic that I'm into. And I got a couple more I'll show you. One, I'm a big fan of At the Drive-In. And when they haven't put an album out in a while. So when At the Drive-In announced they were putting out colored vinyl, I was all over it. I haven't even looked at this colored vinyl yet. I just got it. Oh yeah. Inter Alia is what it's called. And this is another one that's got sort of the butterscotchy white with the black splotchy. Got some splotches there, see right there. So that's really cool. That's really interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. There, that's a double shot right there. Boom. Drinking game on Omnidog's Vault. And I think the last one we'll look at is a 3 LP set, which comes in 3 different colors. One of the great movie series of all time, Mad Max. Got this from Turntable Lab, and it comes in 3 different colors. So I'll show you 3 colors real quick. We've got splotchy gray. What's blue there? It's really gray. If you can see in this terrible light. It's got splotches in it, which is cool. Yeah, this light's not the best. I apologize. Things will get better as I go along. I'll talk my wife into springing for lights, cameras, action, all kinds of things. And here is the next color, which is, ooh, look at this. That's really cool. It's like a dusty color. You can see it properly under the light. It's got splotches galore in it. This is the Mad Max. This is from the Road Warrior. The first one was the soundtrack to Mad Max. And so this one will be the theme music Beyond Thunderdome, which has got the Tina Turner album, Tina Turner song on it, and it's black. Just regular old vinyl, but that's cool. the first two ones make up for it. So you've got 3 colors there. So I'm basically a vinyl hound. Love colored vinyl. Love music. I have a huge collection of albums. I'll give you a tour someday. You've already seen my turntable, so I'll give you a tour of my album collection. I've been collecting albums for 50 years at least. As you can tell, the silver fox has the gray hair to prove it. That's my other nickname besides Omnidog. So I hope you enjoyed this vid. Tell me what you think of it in the comments. Please don't be too... I'm sensitive. Be gentle with your comments. So subscribe, leave comments, and I'll catch you on the next vid. Appreciate it. Thanks.